Finally, the National Guards have been mobilized in Martha's Vineyard, and we're finally able to get these immigrants the help that they so deserve and get them over. I believe they were transported to the military base where they can then be processed and provided with meals, etc., and actually treated as sovereign, humane individuals as opposed to just this political publicity stunt, which is just disgusting.
It's just 50 people. They couldn't handle 50 people this whole time. The liberals have been shipping people over to Florida and Texas and just letting hundreds of thousands of them in to all the border states, and always saying that no, come in and vote and use all of our free resources and everything, but they can't handle in their own little area 50 people that were flown in humanely and given an opportunity to see how they would be treated by them. And how were they treated by liberals? They were kicked out. They called in the military and said goodbye, and now they're just being chewed up by the system, which will eventually either give them a whole bunch of free stuff from us back in Florida or Texas, or they'll be sent over the border, in which case they can hop and skip their way back into America and go through the process all over again.
Yeah, but everything you just said is pretty much false. If you were to fly someone into Florida and drop them on Star Island, for example, where all the basketballers are and everything are, they're not equipped on that island to take care of the immigrants, right? It's about where you drop them. If you look on a state like New York, you'll see in New York City, it does have a lot of immigrants. You look in California, you'll see in California, it does have a lot of immigrants. They do take immigrants in, but where matters. And dropping it on Martha's Vineyard, I mean, it's not that the people don't have money. They're sure they have money, even though it's off season right now, but they're not equipped to give housing to everyone. They're not equipped. We're not doing quartering in this country. We already know that. So they had to equip and get the National Guard activated to take them and put them somewhere where they can provide them steady shelter and steady source of food. So yeah, I think finally they're going to where they need to be, but just the thought that they did this to people for a publicity stunt, it's it's gross.
No, Martha's Vineyard certainly can absorb 50 individuals. It has a commercial airport, for crying out loud. They didn't just drop them off via parachute into some podunk little town somewhere with a population of 10. This is a large island with an airport to let you know just how big of an island this is, full of rich people that any single one of them could have been like, yeah, my gigantic mansion that overlooks the ocean, which I totally think is going to be succumbed by climate change and the ocean rising, and that's totally why I bought the beachfront mansion. But yeah, I could totally fit 50, if not 300 people in here comfortably and take care of them, and I don't have to eat my own words for wanting to bring all these people into the country. But no, that's not what they do. And do they just rent a bus and put them all on the bus and take them back to the mainland and show them all the resources for them to get them naturalized? No. What do? They call in the National Guard. Why the National Guard? Because they got guns. Why do they need guns? Because these are illegal immigrants. They're already criminals, and they don't know to what extent their criminality reaches. So they don't know if they're rapists or murderers or terrorists or spies from Russia or anywhere else that are just pretending to be from Venezuela, Colombia, and all the rest of them. So they are now seeing exactly what they've been doing to the rest of the country, and with just 50, they crumble and declare an emergency, and they have to bring in men with guns to go and clear them out. They fell for the same thing that happened to J.K. Rowling's. She's flapping her mouth in the wind, talking about how they should let in all the immigrants into the UK. And then one person said, it's like, okay, well, you live in a gigantic castle by yourself. Why don't you take a couple hundred of them in while we deal with the rest? And then, she was forced to just stop talking. Like all of these liberal politicians need to stop talking, and the liberal movie stars need to stop talking, because who are they? They're not experts in anything. all they know how to do is go on camera and look sad when they're told to be sad, and look happy when they're told to be happy, and then get their millions of dollars that they could easily use to house as many refugees as they want, but they don't. Why? Because they want their little $10,000 Yorkie dogs, because they can't rescue a regular dog. They have to have some sort of a dog that fits in their pocket, that folds up like a wallet. And they need to have 12 mansions that they use as 3-day vacation homes throughout the year. And they need to have 20 million cars that they forget about because they can't even drive that many cars. They don't even know how to drive. They get driven everywhere. They use Uber Lux. So they have proven to everybody that what they've been doing this entire time was 100% wrong and overwhelming all these other states, and they have to eat their words, and they couldn't even handle, to cover up all of their lies, 50 people.